Hi friends, good morning. It's time for today's team meeting. I'm coming to you from my favorite spot near my home, just a different view. It's actually the same park that I drive up to and meditate at, and I love it. But today I'm sitting by the rocks. So let's just talk about a few things before we start today's meeting, because isn't that what we always do? Okay, just a few announcements. First announcement is my hair is in a mohawk ponytail. You can't really see it here, but yeah, that's the first announcement. See, we talk about cutting edge things here. The second announcement is if we end this meeting abruptly, it will be because I saw a rattlesnake in the crevices of these rocks. And if that's the case, we will pick this up again in the future because I will be running to my car. It's not far, but I will have to run to it if I see a snake. Hopefully I will not. As you can see, I'm double checking. Yes, there have been snakes here before. Anyway, those are the two announcements. So today is Monday, November what? 23rd? I should probably know the date when I start the meeting. Yes, I'm right, November 23rd. Thank you, Apple Watch. All right, today's topic, endurance and resistance. They're cousins, right? They're related, aren't they? They're like first cousins. Here are my thoughts. I have a daughter, as you may or may not know. She's 2 years old. I adopted her during the pandemic this year. Prior to that, she'd been living with me probably a year and a half, almost a year and a half, and then I adopted her. It's a joy, absolute joy. She was born with birth injury in her hands, actually, and that requires therapy, occupational therapy. So we go consistently. And I get to see real life played out through her experience every time we go to therapy and just in regular everyday life. I mean, most of the time I'm not thinking about her birth injury. It doesn't stop her from doing anything. And then at the same time, I'm always thinking about it because I'm just like, what can I do to continue to help make her strong? Anyway, she's unstoppable. She's amazing. And so the analogy that I'm using today is that she has to go to occupational therapy to get strong and to ensure that her hands do the basic things, gripping things, holding things, twisting things that she's going to need in the future. She's 2, but she's going to need to put her own clothes on, buttons, zips, bicycle handles, cans, bottles, all those things she needs to be able to twist open. And so the occupational therapy helps. So that's just a little bit of background. But the real thing that I want to talk about is the fact that when we go to this therapy, she's 2, it's like going to the gym, but with toys. So we show up, and she chooses one of the toys she wants to play with. And we go to a room or we go to the gym area, and they use an opportunity for her to basically work out. And it's like use a weighted ball and put it into the basketball hoop that's at her level, or pull yourself up on this rolling toy using a rope. So you're using both hands and you're pulling yourself. It's all gym related. It's very, very interesting actually. But many times my daughter doesn't want to do it after a few minutes, and she's not interested, or it hurts, or it's uncomfortable. She literally says no, and she refuses, or she'll want to walk away, or she'll want to throw a tantrum, and she wants to give up, and she's not interested in this kind of resistance. She's not interested in this kind of activity. She wants to move on to something else. And then the therapist's job is to get what she needs from my daughter that day, which means, okay, if she doesn't want to use this toy, let's see if we can get her to use this other toy. But we still need our goal to be met, which is to build her endurance using this resistance. They're cousins. They're related. They're required. You need one to get the other. You need one to get the other. You need the resistance. You need to be uncomfortable to build your endurance. So my daughter, she's saying no. She's throwing a tantrum. She's upset. We try to talk her into doing something that is close to what we want. while at the same time she's showing her resistance. And I get it. How many times do we go basic, keep it basic, gym, cleaning up, balancing checkbooks? Those things are uncomfortable. Resistance from our heart. It doesn't have to be a physical resistance. It could be a mental one, right? We say no. Do we stop? That's the question. Because with my daughter, I see every day, she can't stop. We need her to get stronger. This resistance is necessary. And it hurts me because I can see she's like frustrated. Stop messing with my hands. Stop forcing me to put weight on this hand. Stop forcing me to put my body weight. Stop forcing me to pull things, twist things, move things, crawl through tunnels. It's like a big workout, and she doesn't always enjoy it. But we're meeting today because I want to talk about my daughter as our example. The resistance is there to build your endurance. You can't be intimidated by the resistance. You can hate it, you can dislike it, but you can't allow it to stop you. Because if you do, you're not growing endurance. So with my daughter, what happens is we go about once a week, and we go about 30 to 40 minutes for the sessions. And some of it is, hey, yay, we get to choose a toy. And some of it is, oh no, we get to do this exercise. Or you're forcing me to do this activity. But the goal is the same, to build endurance. So where in your life are you resisting the opportunity to build endurance? Because I say this week is a big one. It's very triggering for so many of us in the United States to not be able to celebrate with our big family Thanksgiving plans. That builds resistance. Like, how dare you say I can't have turkey with my family? Think about the movies, and not my family, but many families that are super fun. They go outside and they play tag football or tackle football, and then they go eat. No, we don't do that. And I wouldn't be a big fan because I don't like to be tackled. And I don't like tackling other people. So we don't play football that way. But it looks fun in the movies. It looks like idyllic, right? Anyway, most of you cannot and probably shouldn't do that this year. And that's resistance. And it's building a level of endurance that we're not even interested in building this endurance, right? Some of you have transitioned out of careers. I'm one of them. I'm not in corporate America anymore. It has built an endurance in me like, whoa, this is a new life. I've spent 20 years in corporate America. Now I'm doing videos at mountains, right? Gorgeous views, right? Am I right or am I right? But I want you to be encouraged, because resistance isn't supposed to be comfortable. So if you're feeling pouty, upset, disappointed, don't be too hard on yourself. But also recognize, like my daughter, you got to get through this session. You've got to stay in it. So when she says no, there's a part of me that wants to laugh and say, oh, she's so cute. We should stop because she's uncomfortable. Then there's a part of me, the real part of me, that says, nope, what can I do to support her through this? Because this resistance is necessary for my baby, so she can go to the Olympics someday, because maybe she will. Or maybe she'll be an attorney and she'll change the world. Maybe, whatever it is, whatever life-changing thing she needs, she's building that resistance at too. And it almost makes me want to tear up. But meetings, people don't cry in meetings. But in these meetings, because they're unique, because they're different, and because they're real, and we get things done, maybe we will cry. Resistance is not your enemy. Resistance is not my baby girl's enemy. And we've got a road ahead of us, because there are things that she's not going to want to do with her hands to get stronger, but they will be absolutely necessary, and it will be absolutely my responsibility to watch her through it. And it will be absolutely painful emotionally for me to watch it, because I don't want her to be in pain. I don't want you to be in pain. I don't want you to feel pain. But it's necessary sometimes, and it's not our enemy. So let's learn again from my baby. And for this week, for you, those of you in the United States, hold on. Hold on. You're building endurance, and find another way through. Pick another toy. You can't be with all your family. Somebody needs to download Zoom, or somebody needs to call, somebody needs to do a drive-by and leave a balloon or a card in someone's yard and blow kisses. Okay? Be creative. Lean into it and be creative and recognize it as painful. Nobody's saying it's easy. It sucks. It really does. But let's live together. That's today's meeting. Resistance and endurance are cousins. Keep them together because resistance is not the enemy, and it helps us to build endurance. Our next meeting is on Wednesday, day before the U.S. Thanksgiving, and we will have it. You know, sometimes they cancel meetings because of holidays. We don't cancel ours. So join me. Tell me what you're going to do this week to hold on and to push through the resistance. I love you. Be well.